What's next?
New business.
Yeah, just a tree giveaway event. Catherine's not here, but I did speak with her. She said that for advertising, she did try to reach out to the police commissioner about the board, out front in Plainfield.
Oh,
And I guess they've had a lot of requests,
yeah.
so they don't know if they'll be able to accommodate us.
So what about the signs, the boxer signs?
She has the signs. She said she fixed it, and she said tomorrow she'll bring it in for
The
Catherine.
boxer signs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spoke to the police
we're not gonna be here tomorrow.
Well, the next time she comes in,
Yeah,
she'll
but
bring them
we're
in.
not gonna have another meeting before the tree giveaway.
No, I know. So we had planned on giving the signs to Kevin, and Kevin said he would distribute them for us. And I can't do it.
We can put them up. We can do that. We always have in the past.
I mean, I just don't, that's what she said she would do.
Catherine has the signs.
Yeah, Catherine has the signs, unless you want to go get them from her, or,
Yeah, we'll work that out.
okay, because that was,
If everybody took 2 signs and we decided where they're going,
yeah, I wasn't expecting her not to be here,
take it part of the downtown area.
yeah.
Somebody can put some in Oregon, so why don't we do that? We'll decide who's gonna take care of it. This is scrap paper right here. So I'll have to meet up with her with the signs. Well, everybody will have to get the signs from me.
Okay,
We'll have to go, probably like, how many is it, like 10 of them? 8 of them?
I'm not positive.
Well, if we all take a couple, signs. All right, I'll put 2 up around like Big Y, McDonald's, down this end. Okay, I'll do my turf right here. All right, Big Y, McDonald's.
Your big one.
The Big Y, McDonald's, yeah.
So that around the same.
We should put one in
area?
front of the town hall, obviously. So that's my thing.
Yeah,
So you wanna take the town hall and maybe one by the firehouse?
yeah, McDonald's is right there, but if you put
Somewhere.
it right before the intersection there, you could probably
Yeah.
get a lot of traffic right there.
Well, you can make your own decision. That side is, I got that in the downtown Plainfield, you got that, so you can take it where you can.
So I'm gonna take 2 signs and put them up in the town hall.
Maybe one by the town hall and then somewhere, down by the post office, somewhere over there.
Yeah, I'm in Central Village, so I can see if I can put one out.
Yeah, you can take Central Village and Cats can take away. What's that?
Okay, we'll have to reach out to Catherine after this and see where she's at. So, she's not sure about,
So you better make a note of this when it gets done. You and Kathy got where you can in Central Village.
okay, I will make it.
And you have to.
So Catherine or Heather have Central Village and or
You can
Oregon.
decide. Well, as long as they both get, a couple signs get each village.
We left out one spot. Moosa.
Well, Central Village,
What about Cumberland? Yeah, Rotary Park.
yeah, there you go.
I'll take care of that.
Oh, you will? You got enough signs? I think there's about 8
Oh,
signs
that's
in that box.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
That's
Is
it.
there 10 signs?
I don't know, 8, there's probably 8.
One in Moosa.
I got that right away.
Do we need permission for Rotary Park?
You got it.
And put a sign up on the side of the road, it's pretty much like a yard sale sign or anything else, something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you get the stuff about, we tried to reach out to the police, but they said they might not be able to?
Don't
Was
worry
it the
about that.
police chief?
Don't even, it's not, it's not much trouble.
Yeah, I figured, I just want to say
Yeah, it's
that
worth
we tried our
trying.
best. So for turnpike wire, fourth of the page, I made it up. I made my own like logo.
So is it going in the turnpike bag?
Yeah, we can do like a week if I put it in
You gotta
today,
put it in this,
like tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta
This
put it
week.
in.
like before Friday.
But I can take this one and I can just replace like this logo with this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one, that's the
Here, you can have this.
established. Exactly. Oh,
Tomorrow,
do I
you're
need
putting
this?
in?
Yeah, but I'll have to put it in, because I think you have to put it in by that Wednesday for the following week or something.
Yep.
Yeah. We have the tables all set. I called, we moved the tables on the 3rd of May. They'll be all set.
Can you build it into the building at 8 o'clock in the morning?
We should be able to.
Where's the table at? Right here. This one's good. Good, well, good.
Catherine's supposed to get the seedlings, so
I got the newspaper.
you got newspaper, you have none?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to look at the ad and make sure that everything's okay?
Yeah.
Or if you have any corrections to it, how you want it out?
So this is it here.
Yeah, that'd be a fourth of the page.
So
Or I would,
if it's gonna be a fourth of the page, it's gonna be like, like that, so you wanna put one more.
yeah, I could just
That's
do,
more than probably a fourth of the page, something like that.
so the sizes that they give, Turnpike Wire gives the width and the height. So all I would do is, I would make all the information, the image, and I would compress it to
Whatever.
this size. And
It's gonna
then,
be a quarter page.
yeah, it will be their dimensions in a PDF. I'll submit it, we pay online to the Turnpike Wire, and then I just reach out for reimbursement afterwards.
That looks good, everything you need to say there.
Do you think that just one image would be fine with the Plainfield?
Yeah, just one.
Okay. And then I'll just put the new one in.
You can put it at the top or whatever.
I'm just trying to get, I didn't really like how the location was separated from everything when I wrote it out, but I don't think I could shorten that, like, the town hall, or just say a community avenue, or no, it's at the town hall. Or if it really matters, doesn't matter.
You have the town hall, right?
Yeah, Plainfield Town Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. I just didn't like the way it looked from the location.
So does it go by the word? How many words?
It goes by the size.
So you could, if we wanted to put more words in there, we could.
We could, but the more words you put in there, the less, you know.
We're just looking at it, we're seeing something to get people to.
Like, I wasn't even sure if I should put the limit of 6 seasons per family in there or not.
Well, it's just we could put some kind of like,
I think that's a good warning.
what?
Well, this,
To let them know they're only gonna get a bunch of 6.
Catherine
Per
sent
family.
me a picture of the signs, and the bottom of the sign says available to Plainfield residents only.
Yeah.
So I could put that instead of saying only 6 per.
Well, you should put, limited of 6 per family, and that belongs with it.
You think I should say 6 per?
There's limit of 6 per family, for residents of Plainfield. Something like that. Yeah, it's a few.
Limited to Plainfield residents,
Oh,
and then add 6 units per, no? Do you think that's?
And we're gonna be checking IDs to make sure they live in the
Well, I was
town.
gonna say, like,
It's not a big deal, it's like if somebody needs a tree that bad.
I mean,
check IDs. You never
yeah.
have, and that is start doing it. They do it. But you could just, probably should say,
I know it's like,
open to the residents of Plainfield. How about that? Then it's not, doesn't make it confusing. It's, you know, open for the residents.
Open to-
the residents of Plainfield.
yeah, because I don't want to like shun anyone away or make it seem like it's going to be a hassle, but I want people to come.
Well, it's for the residents of Plainfield. Some kind of language in there that specifies that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys like okay with everything else, the sizing?
Yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to put some kind of hook comment in there, like a plant a tree, something, you know?
Make it green again?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go! Plant a tree, make it feel green again. That's it. You got it. That's
Oh,
it.
man.
That's it.
It's getting bigger. You gotta have a page now.
You said it. It's too late to take it back now.
I
No,
did.
just do, that's fine. That's
Post it
excellent.
back.
You couldn't come up with a better line than that.
Great line.
If you could pay somebody on the Park Avenue advertising company thousands of dollars to pick up something, maybe that good.
I can move forward with this. Tomorrow I'll like type it up and everything. I'll try to get this image in and see how it transposes. Because it might be.
Well, you gotta get that into your computer because we're gonna be using that for other things as well.
Yeah.
You want your sticker?
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. It's an acorn, like a tree.
I don't know how Larry, long got those, that's a sticker, he must have those names in.
Yeah, or something, I'm not sure.
So you wrote that language down and just discussed?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, open to Plainfield
No,
residents.
the other thing.
Yeah, I got that. And I'll work on the logo, I'll get that, put in and we'll have that. So advertising is good. I made a little brochure for when people come so they can see it's in the page.
And we got the thing that I wrote there.
Yeah, what are we doing as a
Yeah.
commission?
So I have a whole bunch of stuff here that Wally had from past giveaways.
Is it a single page brochure?
It's a single page, nice and simple, picture of the tree, what it is, height, spacing, benefits, care. Very simple, easy to look at. I wanted to look at, someone can come up and say, because like,
What they're gonna look like?
what they're gonna look like when they get bigger, you know? And
Well,
then,
look, here, here you go.
I made like a more detailed version.
That's gonna be right on the table.
Oh, this is perfect,
That's thanks to Larry and Wally. There's other stuff in here, but that's really the best. This is all the best stuff. Yeah.
Is this the same trees?
A little different, we don't have the blue spruce, I think.
Well, it's all right. This is only, you've only got one copy of this,
Yeah, she's got,
Yeah, I would print out more copies.
right, so you got.
I would print out more copies. This is just what I
Well,
need
that one
out.
there, yeah, okay. but-
For-
these aren't the ones that we have.
Yeah, none of them?
No, we got the Fraser fir and that's it. We have the Boston fir. We have that one.
So
We don't have eastern white pine on here, and nor do we have a Colorado
So what
spruce.
about,
We have a
you
Norway
got
spruce.
the eastern white pine on this one. Was this the one you had?
Yeah, that's the one I made.
Okay.
Yeah, so these aren't gonna work.
All right,
It's a good layout though. I could adopt it to look like this.
all right.
Um,
All right, well, I'll take you want to, the rest of them are pretty much junk, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll still,
I'll take them home and use the paper for something else.
okay. But I could, because I didn't, again, I didn't really like the way it looked. So I was trying to convey an easy way for people to come up and look at the trees and
Yeah,
they would know.
yeah.
I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah?
I
You like
I
the
like the
layout?
color in the picture better than the black.
Yeah,
And these are actually what we have. And,
Yeah,
Yes.
well, that's from what we have.
right, that was
I agree.
before.
I would obviously change these, I would
Logo.
change these logos. Do you guys have any other suggestions, anything that I should add to it?
No, I mean, really, it's just an informational sheet for the trees that are on the table, so.
It's
Yeah.
easy to read, quick to read.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you guys
Short,
were good
sweet.
with it, so when I print them out, you'll probably have to, probably end up printing like 50 of them or something like that.
Mhm.
Probably end up printing about 50 of them.
How many people come?
I would say, yeah, 50 would be fine.
Yeah, because that would
But you'll be
be,
able to use them next year
if we do the same trees, yeah.
which chances are we will.
Yeah.
We happen to use, we got pretty much the same trees for a long time, so we must have switched up our recipes a little bit, but yeah, you can use them next year and just get the same trees.
Okay.
All right, so this is just kind of.
Oh, I also added, you could also ask them to submit or to put the ad that I made. So the ad that I make for Turn by Buyer, I can ask the, I don't know, I can ask them to put it on my Facebook page or whatever.
Turn by fire.
Yeah, I can use the ad that I made for the Turn by Buyer and ask if the town will put it on the,
Oh,
their
yeah.
Facebook page.
That's the town.
Yeah. And I think that would do it for the tree giveaway. We know the time, when we're gonna be here, we have to pick up.
You just don't know if I'm gonna be here.
That's fine, just, if you're not gonna be here, just let me know ahead.
I'll have to give you my paper,
Your paper?
the papers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
And, where do you live? You live over in Central Village, yeah?
Yeah, across the street from the post office. So down on board.
Oh, cool.
I have the thing on the bottom floor.
But you have, is the field that you're putting in 490 next to your house, or is it?
It's down by my father's house.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's that piece of property.
Yeah, down by Central Cycle Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're all good here. I think we have everything together for the event. We know all of the time to be here at 8.
Yeah, I would shoot for 8 if, it's a little while to get set up.
Yeah.
You don't have to hurry or rush.
Okay, 8 and don't be late.
Well, I mean, if you get here at 10, that's very something in the world.
Yeah, because
Super.
technically we're not
If you say
advertising.
8:30, and then people don't show up till 10 minutes to 9,
But the giveaway starts at 9.
The giveaway starts at 9, yeah, for the public.
So by the time you get the table out and stuff, and the paperwork out on the table. One table you're gonna have just for the trees, because it's gonna get dirty and it's gonna have all the trees on it. The other one will be for paperwork.
Yeah.
You're gonna need rocks to put on the paperwork. Bring some
That's a good
rocks,
idea.
some flat
Okay.
rocks. Because if it's breezy, all the paperwork will blow away, so I put flyers out on the tables many times. You gotta weight it down with some flat rocks. Like the size of this whole table.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Informational sheet that I wrote, like tree time and this too. And there's a sign up. So that thing that I wrote doesn't have a sign up to join to come up. Here it is. But we should have a sign up for
Like people want to,
conservation commission.
yeah, people want to join.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
yeah. I can bring something like that. See
You got a lot of phone numbers.
if people want to do, like, put their emails in or something, and we can send out
Put a sign up
notifications.
that we're still short,
On them.
short 3 people.
Yeah,
So, sign up for membership.
just the sign-up sheet.
And did you want to add like a sign up, like list for people to sign up so they can see what our goals are and then they can sign their name?
Oh, you want to put it on, you already made a whole bunch of these, though, right?
I don't have one, but I can,
We made up
This is-
three of them, that's the sign-up sheet, not Mr. Paul.
What?
That's a sign-up sheet.
Okay,
Put them on a clipboard and just put them along the table.
all right, so this is a second sheet then.
yeah, I can take that and I can add like a list, put it on a clipboard for
And just
people.
put some lines on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Put some lines on it.
So if people want to
Put
join,
like 6 lines on it, that's all.
yeah. Okay.
This is,
Do you have a spare one I could take?
Pick up.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
you could put, if you're gonna redo this, you could put the logo up on here too.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
You know, so it's efficient.
Okay, so then I'll get the ad. This, you guys can just come in. I'll get this into a file. All this. And if you can't show up, just let me know.
Okay.
Um,
We don't want to put it in, have to be 2 places at once.
No, that's fine. I think we can move on from this, yeah?
For us,
So
open
where are
space.
we on that? Let's see.
That's last.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the open space, business is, as long as you're here, we need to, the next meeting, we can get the Mylar overlay
Maps.
maps that are in your office somewhere. They're in the back of that office, you know.
Yeah, I'll have to look at them, I'm not sure where they're at the moment.
Yeah, but I know they're in there. There's like 6 of them overlay, and they have the farmland and historical sites, and there's 6 different categories of things, so. Because we're gonna be working on an open space recommendation for the PLCD coming up in a year and a half or 2 years, so we wanna be able to look at the maps, so.
I just don't know if there's a backing to them.
The back one,
Well, there,
it's like a base.
yeah, there's a base map that's paper, and then the overlays go over the top of that.
Yeah.
Really never used that.
Yeah, we'll use it, but we'll take possession of them, and we can put them on the table and,
Why couldn't you use GIS? I mean, GIS, the federal GIS is pretty good, it has all the overlays already there. I mean,
It would
and if we
depend,
take
I-
possession, we don't have an office, so now we're
No,
gonna take possession of all
well,
of this.
I'll take it home. So that we can have them, and we can work on that, we can work on, you know.
I think they're supposed to stay in our office.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna allow them, the overlays.
Well, then we'll have to work in your office then.
I can bring them to the meetings.
we can figure out something if we're
Yeah,
gonna do the
figure out
POCD, you know? It will
Uh,
still be around,
PLC.
Yeah,
the planning,
all right, well, we can,
conservation.
that's coming,
Land
that's,
conservation.
yeah, so that's not, tomorrow or next week, but, so if you can locate them, that would be good, then that's a start.
yeah, I'll have to find them.
In order to make a proposal to reinstate the open space category, so we have to have the open space recommendations from the town. in the POCD. So, you have to have some kind of a map. It's, you know,
No, I know.
I'm not sure what maps are we talking about.
So GIS is online, right?
It's a federal program, yeah.
You can go online and just look at anyone's property, you can look at
Well, we want-
wetlands.
Yeah.
It's
So you
supposed to
can't see
be-
the whole, we want to be able to look at, you know, like,
No, you can look at the whole, you can look
Yeah,
at
you
the
can see
whole
the whole
everywhere.
town and everything else.
yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's updated, it's as accurate as it is updated.
It's pretty accurate. As accurate as, if not more so.
Well, we're gonna get into that then. So, yeah.
Just bring my laptop.
You have to bring your laptop.
I'll bring my laptop in and
Then it's gonna be, it's
we'll
gonna
go
be,
through it so you
but
can
it's
see.
gonna be on a screen this big on a laptop, right?
Yeah, I have an iPad, it's not as big as the screen.
Well, that's not gonna get it.
You gotta bring your glasses.
Well, we'll check. I want you guys to see these maps, and we had them made for the conservation commission. Sitting in a closet in there in the office or something.
I
Yeah,
doubt,
We're not gonna get a whole lot done in a meeting.
no, I know. I doubt how updated,
But we can,
GIS is, because just following along with the town, I don't find that it's updated.
No, the town has its own GIS maps. Not the federal government. It's different.
two people could take that map home and put it out and look at it on a night and start reading. So we actually spend time studying it.
Yeah, but I don't think we'll be able to take it home.
Why not?
We take,
Because it's,
Town
the
property.
town owns
So
it.
you take it home?
we could take a picture of it, I don't even know.
So,
How large are the overlays?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, it's
It's
possible.
it's about 5 feet, 4 feet by 3 feet. It's big.
It's possible I can make a copy of it, but they are clear with printed overlays.
Yeah.
So I'd have to see what I can do with them.
Like, we could come down here and work on it in the afternoon someday. Right? Come down here and get it out of your office and bring it in here and put 2 tables together. How's that?
Yeah.
I'm semi-retired, so I can do that on a day, weekday.
We could try to do something like that.
Yeah, so we'll make it happen. So we'll work down there.
If we could get a copy of it, or
No,
if we could use it.
it's kind of complicated to make copies of. I just want you guys to see it. It's got archaeological sites on it too, for this
Okay.
historical thing, which is also part of our purview, is
Right.
a resource of the town. So it's got the resources, so, you know.
How many overlay maps are there?
There's 4.
I'm not sure. I've seen them in there, but I never really pulled them out.
Yeah, it's archaeological, farmland, some water, there's 4 or 5 different categories. Let's put that on our agenda for the future. And we can, you know. So it's coming down here during the daytime on weekdays, sometime in it.
I don't know, I know Catherine's rather busy. I know
Well, I mean, we
Catherine's-
wouldn't all have to be there, but
Yeah, I mean, the idea would be for everyone to be
Yeah.
able to come here.
it's a study thing, not a meeting.
Yeah,
It's a what?
So how would we do that since technically it's a meeting if there's 3 of us, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So we could have a meeting or a special meeting for study of that. Yep, can be done. Getting ready for the PLCD, everybody has to study stuff. You just don't sit down at the table and decide all this stuff,
No, I
during the
understand.
course of one meeting, you know. It's gotta be worked on, homework done.
Yeah, considering we only meet once a month, you
Yeah,
know.
so we'll do that. It's important. Even if it's not, the summertime is busy for everybody, but, you know, we got a year and a half to come up with something. You know, so we got a point in time when we start the process, that's all. You know. So it's not all of a sudden, it's 2 months before once they start having the POCD meetings, and it goes along. I mean, you have to have your input ready when, as a, you know, compiling the information. So, all
Makes
right,
sense.
so that's on our agenda now?
Well, you're gonna plan a
Something.
date?
No, just to plan. Yeah, you know, it'll be on our future agenda.
Yeah, I can add it to the agenda as like fine maps,
Yeah,
red maps,
Yeah,
whatever.
study my law maps on the future agenda, not a specific time, but so that we see it and say, yeah, we gotta start working on that. That's it.
I
It's
can,
getting into the busy season for farm work, so I'm gonna be, not gonna, you know, during the afternoon, come down here and stuff. But we could come on a Thursday night and then, you know, let the building's open. The building's open till, what, 7 o'clock on Thursday nights?
What's that?
On Thursday night, the building's open till 7.
We're here till 6. I don't know what time the building closes.
Well, I mean, like tonight, we could make arrangements to be down here like we are tonight. With the,
I mean, I think we could meet whenever, as long as we're not making any decisions on anything.
yeah. How does that work with meetings? Is the janitor has to be notified? Do they know about the regular meetings so they keep the building open?
It's usually on the calendar, yeah.
It's on the calendar, so they're aware that sometimes we don't get out here until 8:30. Yeah, so if we, yeah,
We can always, when the next time Catherine comes, we can like figure out if we want to do like a special meeting or whatever. We can figure out one.
yeah, we could, you know, dedicate a meeting to it, you know, so we just get our stuff done, you know, the regular stuff done, after the tree getaway's done, and then, you know what I mean, so we could end up working on it for a couple hours if we don't get dedicated a whole meeting to it, so.
Yeah, that's
All
fine.
right, that sounds good. I got so many agendas here.
Other business?
Let's see.
So, the Chestnut Foundation, right? You said that we were,
While we were members of that, I don't really have an interest in that myself. If you guys want, we'll have to pay to stay in the Chestnut Foundation.
yeah, it's like $300 for a year.
It's a nice thing to do, but I don't have it, personally, I don't have an interest in, you know, maintaining that relationship with them. So, I would say, you know, for me, unless you guys are interested in keeping that going, I would just let it go.
I mean, Catherine's not here, so it's not like,
We have to decide.
I'll take it. I'll just decide tonight.
okay, so just pass on it
We'll
for
keep it to the
now.
next.
Okay.
We need to clean up again.
What?
I
need to clean up again.
I wanted to start planning, like.
This is new business now?
Other.
Other business.
Other business. Okay.
I know there was one in Moose Up last week, and before that, there was one in Oregon. I think, I knew Sarah with the economic development. I think she did a couple of cleanup events, but I would like to do something as conservation. I don't know, you know, maybe we could figure out some areas that are, need to be taken care of. And,
I don't know, how you gonna, what's your idea, like get the Boy Scouts involved or something like that?
we could do something like that.
So I'm pretty busy as far as doing, the tree, you know, doing stuff,
That's a no.
ultra-curricular activities in the daytime.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do something like that, I would look at it as like, to get some involved for manpower, besides just,
The three of us.
yeah, it's.
I mean, you're right, we should probably try to get more members of the committee before we try to expand out or try to do
Yeah,
more things.
I'm actively looking for more members all the time, yes. There's a person here that I've been trying to enlist that works at the Eastern Bank. I was gonna tell her about this meeting tonight, but I'm gonna keep after her and maybe get her to drop it on an hour or more. So, but I mean, she's a kind of an open space advocate, conservation advocate. But yeah, as far as another project like that. I got some other business.
What's up?
So I have in my hand here, it's a, let's see, this is a questionnaire that the town of Lisbon put together for it's a questionnaire for the updating the plan of conservation and development. So I was thinking I haven't looked at it, but it's got we could possibly do something like this. Get some,
I mean, this pretty much helps them figure out the POCD, like this.
yeah, but I mean, it's more, this has got all different kinds of stuff in it. But it's got stuff about conservation and open space and all that kind of stuff. So that we could, maybe look to this page here. Parks, recreation, open spaces.
Yeah.
Questions about, getting input from the public. That's what so we could do something like this.
I mean, you'd have to figure out a way or a method to get these out to people or to get people involved. Yeah. I mean, no offense, like, if someone hands me this, I don't know if I would bring it back in. We would have to figure out like an easy way for people to.
We can talk about it, but this is the idea, is to put out get some questionnaire about conservation stuff for the POCD, and and there's related stuff in there like that's the bigger picture.
I could add for the, for this, for the sign-up sheet, I could add like, what would you like to see, or what is your,
Yeah, you can put in there.
like,
For initially, but this is more of an official thing that we can use to bring, if we put something like this together, we can use it as data for our POCD proposal.
yeah, we could. But
So I think it'd be worth looking into.
I know engagement is hard to come by.
But,
Engagement with the,
well, you're shutting it down before we even start, so.
It's easier if you do online stuff, which,
Yeah.
whether you have the surveys online, so if you want to feed questions.
Yeah, but I think there's room for doing a paper thing as well. Like if you both.
do you guys use like QR codes or like Google, or what kind of methods do you
Typically
use?
survey monkey,
Yeah,
and push it out through the web page and through the Facebook page.
But there's people that would use this as well. So it could be both.
no, I'm not putting it down, like, it's a good
Yeah,
idea.
I know, younger
I
people
just-
are more inclined to.
Know that the, getting this back from people
Yeah.
could prove complicated, the money,
Well, yes, we have a budget. We're not gonna spend it on the Chestnut Foundation, so we can spend it on this. space, wetlands, water courses. Look at that, read that. That's what I'm talking about. You know, that's right up, that's our venue right there. Right?
No, it's a good idea, I'm not
No, the
thinking,
question is a good idea. I agree.
I'm saying it is a good idea, but I'm just
I
saying
think
like,
online's a
Yeah.
good place.
So the format, so what we can do is read it next meeting, in a couple copies, so we can read through it and highlight the ones that have pertinence to what we're doing.
Okay.
This is like from the town hall, but we can come up with one that's just from us.
Okay.
yeah, but online would probably be a better, easier
Well,
method
both.
to.
We're gonna do both. Both. I'll hand them out. I'll take care of the paper side of it. We'll figure that out. Let's figure out what we want, what the format and the content's gonna be. Then we'll worry about how we-
Yeah, I guess figure out the questions first.
Yeah,
and then
but this
figure out-
is a really good selling.
No, it is.
So I'm gonna keep these right here with my paperwork. This is all old
So
stuff.
we're gonna discuss at the next meeting too.
Well, we can put it on the agenda. Let's put it on the agenda. Questionnaire for, let's see, POCD update. Yeah, because that's what this is. This is for the town of Lisbon. This will be for conservation issues in POCD.
Is it okay if I take this?
Yeah, you can say that, because that way, when you come back, I haven't really read it either. I mean, I have too many things to do. But, you know, that way you'll be ahead of me on it, and you'll say, you can, yellow, highlight the things on there that are gonna be something that we're gonna wanna, deal with. Does that sound good? All right.
I think that's it.
That's it? Citizen participation.
I don't think we have any.
Mr. Cunningham?
Absolutely, thank you very much. I wanted just to bring up a couple items that you were speaking of during the meeting, just so I have this understanding. So you're going to have the tree giveaway at 8 a.m.?
8 a.m.
Okay, so the
No,
pool doesn't open
9
Well,
a.m.
no, the public's open to the public at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. So you're going to get the tables out of here when?
8 o'clock.
Okay, so that means that we'll have to have the staff here to open up, because the pool doesn't open until 9.
Okay.
So I'll have to have the staff come in early to do that. And then
Okay.
you're going to close up at 12?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, so they're closing at 12 as well. If it's possible to get the tables back in just before that, it would be helpful, because then I don't have to send another staff member back here.
All right, yeah. Yep. But we should start packing up at, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like a quarter till, it's helpful. You were mentioning something about the POCD. Let me kind of walk you through the timeline for the POCD, just to be helpful. And first of all, I appreciate all the comments. I just want to make some clarification. POCD is not due until 2028. Okay? So we don't even start the POCD until 2027. So you do have plenty of time, in my opinion, plenty of time to work through all these issues.
Good.
It's not like you have to start right away on.
Well, we're just putting it on the radar.
Okay.
You know, everybody's busy, so let's start.
Yeah, just a reminder, you talked about coming in to review some of the overlays and Mylars. And Ken, those belong to the town of Plainfield, so they really can't leave here.
Yep.
Okay, but the question would be, if you're coming in here to work on them all, I would just caution you to do one thing. You have to have it as a special meeting, because you have a membership of 4, so 3 people is a quorum.
Yep.
Okay, so just make sure that you put that in the back of your mind. If you're going to have a meeting, you go over things, you have a quorum. It's going to be, you have 5 now? No.
Well, no, five is membership, but we only have
Who's the
4.
5th?
We don't have it at the moment,
Oh, so
but
you're,
it's 5 with 3 alternates.
but with 4 that are official, it would be 3 that would be coming in.
Right.
Yep,
Well, so is there 3 people, it's not a member, it's not a meeting?
it is.
There's a
You have a meeting right now, right?
It's on the report now.
You have a quorum.
Yeah, so,
All right,
Only way you can do it is if one, two,
see if I can answer a couple of other things.
and not have extra shit.
You have a questionnaire you received from the town. I would suggest that you have action items on them. I would say, please review them. Come back with a few items for discussion for the next meeting, so that way you have some progress. You know what you're doing with that document. So everybody can read through it, come back with a couple of suggestions for that documentation. You do understand that the rec department, also economic development is working on a,
Whatever would be dropped off.
yep. Let's see. Then the other ones. I just want to make sure I'm clear on this, and I'm going to share with you. You have, obviously, you have your ordinances, which explain to you what the committee does. You should have a copy. And then I want to ask about the email that you sent, Heather. So my concern with the email was, and I hate to say this, but I think it was kind of pointed. You know, Ryan and I work quite a bit during the day. Ryan is actually overstretched. He has too much on his plate because of all the different businesses coming into town, all the things he's trying to do for planning in the town of Plainfield. So I would just ask you consider
So
that.
let me just stop right there.
Yep.
You waited a week, more than a week, and didn't tell me you were coming to our meeting, and then you had Art set up a camera, and to what?
He
To
tries to
catch me off
videotape all the
guard?
cameras. I'll be at meetings.
This is the first time, I've been doing it since November, and Art hasn't
It's
showed
not
up.
true. Yes, I have.
Once.
And then, yeah, I'm not
So-
going back and forth.
I don't understand why you didn't just simply respond to the email, but you and Ryan want to come to the meeting.
Do you want me to not be at the meeting? I mean, you asked me, you said basically you want to have input.
I want you to actually interact with us,
Okay.
and you don't.
Are you saying that I'm actually not wanting to be interacting with you, or what? I don't
I'm saying you
understand.
avoid interacting with us. I've asked you about PA 490, about open space,
Mhm.
and I get talked to Ryan.
Or the assessor for information.
And I've talked to the assessor, and the assessor says I can't do anything because Kevin says no. So what am I supposed to do?
I'm trying to work with you right now. Do you want that or not?
But honestly, I feel like doing this here at the committee when you didn't say you were coming to the meeting, right, is out of line.
Okay, so I go to all these different meetings all week long, okay, and I go to different places all week long, working at, allow me to speak please, allow me to do things in the town of Plainfield, and because I didn't go to a commission meeting, which by the way, when you set up your calendar, did you realize that some of those meetings were also on the same night that we have a board of selectmen meeting? Okay, I'm just saying,
If you had
I
a
can't
problem
make
with
every one
it,
of them.
if you had a problem with it, you should have told us to have our meetings at a different day or time. We submitted our days and
No,
times.
I don't do that to the
beforehand.
boards and commissions. Boards and commissions pick amongst themselves what's best for the boards and commissions to meet. I don't tell you what to do, okay? And that ordinance 100 tells you what to do. Ordinance 100 talks about section 6. The commission shall keep an index. It's not the town shall keep it for you, it's the commission. Okay, so you asked me to do something, I am busy, I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now that the issues that I have.
But why is it that you simply did not just tell us you were showing up today?
I have to tell you I'm showing up?
You should, shouldn't you?
No. I have to tell you that I have to be at a board meeting?
As the Conservation Committee, if I go to the Zoning Committee, as the Conservation Committee, I tell them I'm going there as the representative.
Okay. Is it, okay, so let's just be polite about this. Do you or do you not want to have input into wetlands or zoning board of appeals?
We haven't. We have not.
Am I supposed to tell you what's on those dockets so you can?
The Zoning and Wetland Commission just passed the gravel pit and didn't even seek us out for our
Do
opinion.
they need to? Or
It
aren't you
says
supposed to?
we can be sought out as a resource.
Okay,
And we
so,
are not being sought out as a resource. But you don't understand my frustration that we come here and you went a whole year without even having a committee.
We've been asking for people to be on a committee.
We worked very hard, you know. We worked very hard to get this back
I don't know
together.
why you're laughing.
Because we worked very hard to get this commission back
But do you
together.
see how this seems
Okay?
that you guys
You
show
wouldn't even-
up now that
Heather,
I have a problem with
Heather,
it? I feel like
Heather,
you guys don't
this is
like
citizen
our actions
participation. This is citizen participation. We're here as citizens of this town.
But he's talking
Besides,
as the first
okay?
selectman.
Listen, it's our turn to speak, is what I'm saying. It's citizens participation. You're just sitting here arguing with us, okay? I'm speaking still. When we lost all these members, okay? Conservation Commission is dear to my heart. This man knows that. When we lost all these members, Kevin and I started seeking out members to fill this commission so that we could have a quorum, so that you could even be sitting here tonight and having a meeting, okay? I don't think it matters whether we told you we're coming or not. I saw it on the calendar tonight. I said to my wife, I'm going to go tonight. We don't have a meeting. I was able to come. Do you know how many meetings I go to? Do you know how many meetings I record? Do you? Over 100 a year.
But did you
Okay?
ever follow
I go
up
to
with the
meetings.
last
I come to your meetings.
Why they quit?
The last two, I know why they quit. I know exactly why they quit, and that's not a question for
But if you
tonight,
guys were
okay?
here about why the last two-
Are we here for public comment or your comment?
No, I'm asking you. You say that you care about it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why the last group quit?
Yes,
I gotta say something.
yes. And do you want to know the reason?
Then tell me.
Because the chair of the commission got up without discussing or voting on anything with the commission and spoke at the planning and zoning as the chair of the commission without having the vote of the commission. And the planning and zoning just pretty much
No, that was,
didn't take it because
no, that's
there was no
not-
vote taken on
not
that.
that's
And
not
then a
what
lot of
happened.
people
That's not
left
why
because they got
quit.
hurt.
Because they were not defended by the first selectman's office for them. Which
No.
maybe they were,
No,
hold on.
Nick, they
Let
didn't
me
do the
speak,
right
let me
thing.
speak.
They didn't vote on it.
That's a technicality. They were there
You were
to
bored.
voice the opinion. We didn't have a meeting about speaking at that meeting, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there, but I was at the next one. But that said, they were beaten up by Mr. Sweet, beaten up.
I get it.
And the first selectman
I wasn't throwing
was
names.
obligated
I get
to give them an apology for the way they were treated in that meeting. And
But-
he did.
but
And
you know
I hold you responsible for that.
I was to do what?
No.
Apologize to what?
Apologize to the members of this commission that resigned because they were beaten up so badly in that meeting and
By Mr. Sweet?
by Mr. Sweet.
So I have to apologize to Mr.
Well,
Sweet. Just want to clarify
well,
that.
but they were treated they were treated disrespectfully.
So did they reach out to Mr. Sweet about the apology or not?
Pardon?
Did they reach out to Mr. Sweet for an apology or not?
No.
So now I have to.
Well, you
somehow
were in the
figure out-
meeting, Kevin, you were in the meeting and you let it go. And it really, somebody should have stood up and said, that, you're out of line, Mr. Sweet. He went on for a good 20 minutes.
Is there a chairperson for that meeting?
Yeah.
And did that chairperson say anything?
They did, finally. They finally did. But at that point, it
Well,
was,
isn't it on the chair's, it's the chair's
the
responsibility.
chair, yeah, but I mean,
To
as
control
a
the
representative, the head executive of the town, it's like, you could have said something to him that would have made him feel a little bit, like they had somebody behind them, and besides, had nothing, they had nothing, they were just beaten up, down into a.
So, Nick, can I ask you, did they go about it in the right
No, they
procedure?
didn't.
Okay,
Technically, that was
wait,
a
I'm still,
technicality.
no, I'm still talking. Heather last week came to the inland wetlands, again, as the chair, all right, without a vote to send her
I did not
there.
go as the chair.
She was there
I
as
did
a
Oh,
not
private,
go
okay,
as the
okay.
chair.
she was there
As
as
a
a private
commission
citizen,
member,
and I
you-
was there as a private
You mentioned you're a
citizen.
commission member.
No, I didn't.
You
I
did?
said
She did
I
not.
reside at fucking Palmer Court.
Oh, okay.
I always come as a citizen.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She was there as a private citizen.
I thought you
was
did.
sitting right next to her.
Okay, well, whatever.
You know,
It shouldn't be done like that,
the
anyway.
feelings that were created in that meeting about the Root property, you know, that was not the way people should be treated that volunteer their time. And those 3 people that all resigned were on this commission for 6, 7, 8, 9 years, and they put a lot of time into it, and they were just, you know, they shouldn't have been treated that way. And maybe it was possible, you know, partially to blame for the chairman, but the first selectman could have stepped in and said, wait a minute, this is not, you know, Mr. Sweet, you're out of line. You know, that's all you would have to say, Kevin, you know?
Nick, the chairperson does that for that meeting.
Yeah.
It is not up to a citizen or an official of the town of Plainfield to step in and intercede. That is up to the chairperson for that committee.
It was a massacre. It was a, you know, it was a
And they
massacre.
came to my office afterwards, 2 of them came to my office and said they were gonna quit because they don't have a voice and they also don't have a vote. And just to be clear, Conservation Commission should have input as to your opinion about things,
Right.
but you can't override
Well, that was-
zoning rules
That was an opinion, that way.
Oh, and the opinion was given.
Right, that was an opinion.
So what I'm
But
saying,
you know, the language that Mr. Sweet used was, you know, borderline on like, you have no right to stay, I can almost quote him, you have no right to be here and say this. And even as private citizens, they had every right to be there. Technically, as Conservation Commission members, we didn't have a meeting and vote on speaking there.
I would suggest, and let's see if I can get this back to, I would suggest in the future that that's what's being done. So if you see that there's something on an agenda, you talk about it at your meeting, you as collectively as a voice, put your vote together, and then that makes it easier when you go to a meeting to say, the commission met and we feel this way,
Right.
okay? I can't fix what happened in the past, I can only say
Well, I
suggestions for the future.
That was the most terrible thing I
Yep.
think.
So for clarification, for the email, I know Ryan's busy, I know that I'm certainly busy, we have a lot of things to do. I'll try my best in the future to see if I can work together with you on this. I just see that this is something that, you know, you're looking for communication and transparency. I asked for support from my staff, and that's what I was trying to do. I'm here at the meetings, I'll try to make as many meetings as the future. The problem I get, back to the issue of the scheduling, some of those meetings are on the same night we have a board of selectmen. So if you can, in the future, try to, not that I love coming to every meetings, but if you try to make it on one of the other weekend, other Mondays, it'd be fine.
I think it was the issue of the first, what is it? Last year, we said that we were going to do what, the first, the third, the fourth Monday?
Yeah, I think we should say the fourth Monday, and the problem with
For
that
the
is
first
we do
three,
second and fourth.
yeah, and then we switched to the third.
If you could do that, I'll try my best to get to the meetings.
I'll look at the things, but I know today there wasn't any other meetings going on, but I know the last three, this first selectmen and this one was whatever, interacting with it, but
Yeah.
I just, Kevin, I don't feel like we're hurt at all, like, this is an ordinance, we don't actually have anything like real guidelines, like the Wetlands Commission has. You know, we haven't been asked our opinion on any of these things going through, and we've been here since November, and then just, I don't know.
If you don't step to the plate with your opinions, they're not going to be heard anyway. My suggestion would be to look at your agendas.
Have to input into the planning.
So what you want me to do, I'm going to ask, what you want me to do is actually do the research on wetland meetings, on zoning meetings?
No, I'm not asking for that.
Okay.
Like, why does the Conservation Committee not have, like, real guidelines?
Well, if you don't think that this ordinance is enough guidelines, then why don't you come back with suggestions so we can make a change to the ordinance?
Well, that's what I'm saying, are we allowed to do that? Can we do that?
I don't see a reason why you can't.
Okay.
Well, thank you for the ordinance, because I didn't know it existed. And this is a little outdated, it's 1992, so I think we're gonna be updating this for you.
Yeah, but this is the one that's been on the books for all this time.
Well, it's on the books. Can you support making changes and what would the changes be?
Yeah,
Well, that'll be another thing.
that'll be another meeting.
I mean, I don't go into, I'll give you an example. I don't go to the Board of Finance and say your bylaws
It's
are
our,
awful.
it's
But
our
they are.
responsibility to go to planning and zoning meetings, and we did speak up at a meeting, well, 2 meetings ago, and say we wanted to have more input, and that's up to us to have more input. But we want to be taken seriously when we have
Right.
input, that's,
And
that would be.
let's see if we can clarify something. Taken seriously is important. You got to give the exact reasons why you don't think something's happening.
Right.
Let's talk about one thing that you can actually work on right now. It's a public meeting. It's not a town meeting, but it's a public meeting. Your opinions about the energy plan. I think that was something you can really look into and dive into and see what might be an opinion by your board, and then you can write a letter to that effect, and we can send it over to the State of Connecticut Siting Council.
Yeah, that's, you know about that?
I do.
That's a big.
So I'm trying to be helpful in this.
I think it's very important that we do something.
All right, we'll have to put that on our agenda then.
As far as planning and zoning or wetlands goes, in the regulations, the only thing that comes before this commission for comment is the conservation subdivision rights, or the conservation subdivision applications. That is the only thing that gets directed to this commission, otherwise you just have to watch the agendas and.
Yeah, but we can have input at a meeting and when there's the public hearing.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, and that's our job to be on top of that.
But neither one of the commissions, either the wetlands or planning and zoning, are going to seek you out and say, we need your input on this, because
No,
it's
well,
not in the regulations.
No, it's not in the regulation, so, but it would be nice if it sort of was, we had a more free exchange of information between the two.
It would be nice, but I would just say take it upon yourself. That's all.
Right, so it's on us to be involved with,
To be good stewards.
yeah. They're not gonna come and asking us. Do you understand that, Heather?
Yeah, do you guys know when the next, when that meeting is for the waste plant?
There's only one. It's a public hearing. It's May 7th, Wednesday.
I sent this out through email.
Something May
I
5th,
didn't have your email,
town meeting.
town meeting.
but there is the letter. And I also added,
Yeah, I got a copy of it.
so I also added the open space map, the POCD. And
Okay.
there's also one parcel that was added after the open space map was created, or last.
That's a collection of,
Is that 15 acres?
That is at the end of Stonehouse.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
what is that map?
The owner of the real estate is not the realty company. He's just the applicant.
Right. The owner of the real estate is ONG.
What is that map?
There's another parcel, ONG doesn't own.
Yeah, there's names along the list, but
This one?
Yeah.
64 Blackhill Road is owned by ONG, yes.
This is a plot open
No,
space.
that's a totally separate issue. That's a separate issue.
What?
This is our open space.
So,
The
so what is
445
this
acres is
That's-
ONG.
Yeah,
reason why we?
I think he has another parcel as well, it adds up to 472.
There's a 94 acre parcel
Attached
by
open
a
space
private
map.
citizen
Oh,
there.
okay, this,
And this was done before.
The realty
this
company.
parcel.
okay. So this, when you say open space, that's land that's got a restriction on it?
For one reason or another, it is open space land.
Yeah, it has a restriction on a deed restriction.
Yeah.
So either state of Connecticut or the town,
Town, yeah, or there
or,
might be,
or
I think there are a couple parcels on
the
that.
Wyndham Land Trust. Okay. Yeah, see, this would be kind of helpful.
And one final note, you asked about if you have an email address. I think I found something. You might want to test it out. So it's conservation@plainfieldcd.org.
Can you say that again?
conservation@plainfieldct.org. Another way to find that information is if you go onto the town website and take a look at boards and commissions. Inside boards and commissions, there's that link down below. I would say let's test it out and get our IT guy to see, make sure that you got to set up a password to it as well.
Yeah, I saw that the email was up there. I've emailed it before.
We have to see what happens.
Okay, so you want me just to send like a
Just
test?
send a test saying today's date and a test. I'll have our IT guy take a look.
I'll do like a CC on the group and you and that.
That way we know someone else sees it.
Okay. But this is just an information meeting. This isn't.
Yes, it's not run by the town of Plainfield, it's run by the company.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be, I would guess you'll probably see about 300, 350 people in the auditorium. I'm going to guess it's going to take about 3 hours at least. They're going to do some video presentations, they're going to pass out some pamphlets. Late this afternoon, he asked me to put up something else online. I'm just...
It's not like, they're just giving information out.
Yeah.
People aren't going to be allowed to speak.
I don't know.
It
I
said
don't know.
question answer. It said question
Q&A?
answer.
Did you pass out the thing that came in with
Yes.
page 2? Take a look at page 2.
This is a trash to energy point, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
waste.
So on the back of that, page 2 says something about the format.
Oh, 5 questions and answers from the public, okay. So there
Again.
there will be a Q&A, but.
If we're talking 3 hours, you're lucky.
Just be aware, this is not a meeting from a regulatory standpoint, so,
It's just for public.
It's not a public hearing.
well, it's an informational meeting, so, but nobody, so this is gonna be going through the state.
Yeah,
To my knowledge, nobody from the state is going to be there, they haven't applied to the state yet. This is just an informational meeting to anybody from the public that wants to attend.
So does the public can come in?
The public can ask questions, they can make comments, the only thing...
So it's similar to a public hearing.
Yeah. The way that it goes for a siting council, we've been through this before, the siting council waits till the application comes in. When the application comes in, boards and commissions can then, or individuals, can write a letter or make comments. So when that happens, we'll make sure that, I'm sure you'll see it on social media, everybody will know.
We'll definitely want to have a.
Yeah. So when that happens, then the siting council goes through the state of Connecticut, and the information goes to the state of Connecticut for their application. The application is received, and then they set up meetings. 2 main meetings. The first meeting is usually at the State House, and you're allowed to make public comment, put in information there. The second meeting would be here at the town hall, same thing. Allows opportunities.
I think they've switched to an all virtual format,
Okay.
so.
As long as you prepare something, it can be received. I can tell you that I don't think there's a board or committee at this point that would like to have this in. They're all writing letters. I know P&Z is, I know Wetlands was asked about it.
Yeah, so we can.
The Board of Selectmen talked about it. We are waiting just for the application to come in. Once the application comes in, then we can get our documentation to say no
The
updates.
application for siting council.
Yeah,
So all our input, the written input from all the town boards would go in at that point?
and along with residents' comments and things like
After
that.
the application's been received?
Right. They have to schedule, Siting Council has to schedule these meetings. The thing that I can tell you and warn up front is the Siting Council looks at a couple different variables. They look at, is the governing body saying yea or nay to it? Are residents opposed to it? Are boards opposed to it? Yes, that's a lot of input. They're also looking from the state side of it. Is there something like this that they really need and therefore would override, well, they've already, because they're going to the state, they override wetlands, they override zoning. They're the ones who basically take care of that, they dictate it.
It's not.
Yeah, so the question would be, what does the siting council want to do? Is it something that the state needs more than the town? They weigh it out. Therefore, I say, honestly, just keep on putting the letters in, keep putting the comments in, and get your voice heard. We may not have a choice, but I can tell you right now, what I'm looking at is the aquifer issues. I'm looking at the truck traffic issues. Is it environmental issues later on down the line that I have to worry about? So there's a lot of questions. I just don't think
Is this the site?
No, that is our open space.
that's open space.
Oh, this
You
is
just
open
kind of
space.
put that in there.
Yeah, that was just,
If you would like to
It
see the
doesn't say
site,
on it what it
if you would like to
is.
see the site more paperwork,
From-
when you adjourn from this meeting, come to my office and I can show you what I have.
You have the,
I have some information.
okay,
And then,
but you said we can't submit a letter until they submit their
technically you
application?
shouldn't, what if they back out?
Oh,
So let's say they go to this meeting on, was it Wednesday the 7th, and they say, you know what, I've heard enough, we're out of here. Then you don't have to worry about it.
yeah,
Well,
okay,
just to speak on that, where are you gonna submit a letter to? There's been no
Oh, yeah.
application.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So you have to wait for them to submit an application, and then the city council will start taking public testimony.
So that's after that,
Yeah, everything
That's
has to
after
be
the
official,
meeting.
officially submitted, official
so we have some.
on the document.
We have. So
Everybody's searching on that right now daily to see if that is coming in, and it has not as of right now.
We have time.
I just did before I left.
Yeah.
So just quickly, if you guys are going to go up to Kevin's office one at a time,
Yeah, we don't want to make it a quorum. Even 2 out of 3 would be fine,
You guys can,
Oh,
because you have 4 members.
You can go, you can go.
you can go, why are you going up there?
You want to take a look at the property?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
you guys can take a look.
I'll go.
Which property, because I've got like 3 in mind.
Yeah, well. All right, I appreciate your time, thank you.
No, I appreciate your time too. I'm sorry if the letter came across as crass. It's just, it's frustrating,
It's sarcastic.
you know?
Okay.
Thank you, Kevin.
motion,
Yeah.
Motion to adjourn.
To adjourn at 8.
Who made it?
I did.
Aye.
I would like to make a motion to adjourn
Very good.
as of 8:16.
I'm gonna go up with the papers out so you can come over here.
All right, thank you.